In the tranquil town of Westbrook, life seemed to follow a predictable rhythm. Nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, it was the kind of place where everyone knew each other's business. The town's residents took pride in their peaceful existence, but beneath the surface, secrets festered. Alex, a young and ambitious detective, had recently moved to Westbrook, hoping for a fresh start after a string of unsolved cases in the city. His arrival was met with warm smiles and friendly gestures, but he couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The town's serene appearance belied an undercurrent of unease. One crisp autumn morning, Alex received an anonymous letter at his doorstep. The letter was cryptic, with a message that hinted at a hidden crime buried deep in Westbrook's history. The note was simple: the truth lies where shadows meet the light. Look to those who prefer silence. There was no signature, only a faint, unsettling drawing of an eye. The mention of silence and shadows intrigued Alex, so he decided to delve into the town's history. His investigation led him to Lily, a librarian who had lived in Westbrook her entire life. With her calm demeanor and extensive knowledge of local law, Lily seemed like a good starting point. Alex visited her library often, asking questions about old records and town gossip. Lily was polite but guarded, her answers often vague. Ethan, a charming businessman who had recently returned to Westbrook after years abroad, also caught Alex's attention. Ethan's return was a notable event. He was well-connected and had a reputation for being successful. Despite his affable nature, Ethan's presence in town raised Alex's suspicions. His charm seemed to mask something more sinister. As Alex continued his investigation, he discovered a troubling pattern. The town's history, as detailed in Lily's library archives, was filled with gaps and inconsistencies. The town had experienced a mysterious disappearance years ago, an event that had been quickly and quietly resolved with no further questions asked. Alex couldn't ignore the eerie coincidence that the letter's message seemed to point toward this unsolved case. One evening, while reviewing old case files, Alex found a photograph of the town's old council members. One face stood out: a young Ethan. Realizing Ethan's potential connection to the town's hidden past, Alex decided to confront him. The meeting took place in Ethan's elegant office, where the businessman seemed calm and collected, though Alex could sense a hint of unease. During their conversation, Alex broached the subject of the disappearance and the town's dark history. Ethan's demeanor shifted; he became defensive and evasive. He dismissed the past as irrelevant, suggesting that Alex should focus on more current issues. The encounter left Alex with more questions than answers. Ethan's reaction confirmed that he knew more than he was letting on. Meanwhile, Lily's behavior became increasingly erratic. She avoided Alex's questions and seemed nervous whenever he visited the library. Her once welcoming demeanor turned into one of cold detachment. Alex's instincts told him that Lily was hiding something crucial. The growing tension in Westbrook became palpable. Alex started receiving anonymous threats warning him to cease his investigation. The warnings were clear: leave the past buried, or face the consequences. The town, once a haven of tranquility, now felt like a sinister maze, where every corner concealed a potential danger. Determined to uncover the truth, Alex pressed on, piecing together fragments of information. He grew more convinced that the key to solving the mystery lay in understanding the connections between Ethan and Lily. As the investigation progressed, Alex realized that the town's idyllic facade was a mere cover for the dark secrets it held. With each passing day, the shadow of deception loomed larger over Westbrook. Alex knew that the answers he sought were hidden deep within the town's history, shrouded in lies and silence. The more he uncovered, the more he felt the weight of the past bearing down on him, pushing him towards a confrontation that could unravel the very fabric of Westbrook's peaceful existence. As Alex delved deeper into the shadowy past of Westbrook, his investigation took a more sinister turn. He became increasingly convinced that the mysterious letter he received was a deliberate attempt to draw him into a web of deceit spun by Ethan and Lily. The seemingly peaceful town was proving to be a labyrinth of secrets and lies. Alex's initial suspicions about Ethan were confirmed when he found inconsistencies in Ethan's stories about his past. Despite Ethan's outward charm and apparent success, Alex couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that Ethan was hiding something significant. Late one evening, Alex discovered a series of old financial documents in the library archives that hinted at Ethan's involvement in suspicious transactions. These documents suggested that Ethan had financial dealings that coincided with the time of the disappearance. Meanwhile, Lily's behavior grew more erratic. She seemed to avoid Alex's inquiries and frequently cancelled their meetings. Her once sturdy facade of calmness began to crack, revealing glimpses of anxiety. Alex noticed that she was often seen near the abandoned house on the edge of town, a place shrouded in local legends and rumors. His curiosity was piqued, and he decided to follow her one night. Under the cover of darkness, Alex trailed Lily to the abandoned house. The building had been deserted for years, its windows boarded up and its walls covered in graffiti. Lily entered the house through a side door, leaving it slightly ajar. Alex peered inside and saw her moving cautiously through the dust-covered rooms. She seemed to be searching for something. Unable to contain his curiosity, Alex slipped inside and hid behind a stack of old furniture. Lily's movements were deliberate, and she frequently glanced over her shoulder as if expecting someone. Alex's heart raced as he watched her. She eventually reached a hidden compartment in the wall and retrieved a small box. The box was old and weathered, its contents unknown. Lily's hands trembled as she opened it and pulled out a collection of faded photographs and a journal. Alex couldn't hear what she was saying, but he could see her lips moving in a quiet, desperate manner. It was clear that the items in the box were of great importance to her. After a few tense moments, Lily placed everything back in the compartment, closed it, and left the house in a hurry. Alex decided to investigate the compartment. Inside the hidden space, Alex found the box. He opened it and examined its contents, old photographs of Ethan and Lily, along with a journal that appeared to contain detailed notes about the town's history. The photographs showed Ethan in various locations around Westbrook, often with Lily, suggesting a close connection between them. The journal, however, was the most revealing. Its entries were a cryptic mix of personal reflections and detailed accounts of secret meetings and hidden agendas. The journal mentioned a planned cleansing of evidence related to the disappearance years ago. Alex's heart pounded as he realized that the disappearance was not just a random event but a calculated act to cover up something far more significant. The journal hinted at a conspiracy involving key figures in town who were complicit in hiding the truth. Determined to confront Ethan, Alex arranged another meeting. This time, Alex came prepared with the evidence he had gathered. He confronted Ethan in his opulent office, presenting the photographs and excerpts from the journal. Ethan's demeanor shifted from calm to defensive. He denied any wrongdoing, claiming that the documents were misinterpreted and that his financial dealings were legitimate. Ethan's smooth talk didn't fool Alex, who pressed him harder. In a surprising twist, Ethan accused Lily of being the mastermind behind the town's dark secrets. He claimed that Lily had manipulated him and others for her own gain. Alex was stunned by this revelation. If Ethan's accusations were true, it meant that Lily was not only involved but possibly the key figure behind the conspiracy. Feeling betrayed and confused, Alex sought out Lily for an explanation. He confronted her with Ethan's accusations and the evidence he had uncovered. Lily's reaction was one of fear and desperation. She vehemently denied Ethan's claims, but her defensive behavior only fueled Alex's suspicions. As Alex pieced together the conflicting accounts, he realized that the truth was more complex than he had initially thought. Both Ethan and Lily had motives and secrets, but the full extent of their involvement remained unclear. The town's seemingly idyllic surface was cracking, revealing a dark underbelly that threatened to consume everyone involved. With tensions rising and trust eroding, Alex knew he had to be careful. He needed to navigate the treacherous waters of deception and betrayal to uncover the truth behind Westbrook's shadows. The stakes were higher than ever, and the path to justice was fraught with danger. As Alex dug deeper into the tangled web of deceit, the situation in Westbrook grew more perilous. The lines between friend and foe blurred as he struggled to determine who was genuinely involved in the town's hidden crimes and who was merely a pawn in a larger game. The unsettling tension that had gripped the town now felt like a personal threat to Alex. One chilly evening, while walking home from a late night at the office, Alex was attacked by a masked assailant. The attack was swift and brutal, catching Alex off guard. The figure, cloaked in dark clothing and a mask, managed to knock Alex to the ground before fleeing into the night. Alex's heart raced as he struggled to his feet, nursing a bruised shoulder. Despite the attack, he was resolute to press on with his investigation. The assault left Alex shaken, but he was determined not to let fear deter him. He reported the incident to the local police, but their response was lackluster, dismissing the attack as a possible random mugging. Alex suspected that the attack was more than just a random act of violence, it was a clear warning to stop digging into the town's secrets. With mounting frustration, he decided to take matters into his own hands. The next day, Alex confronted Ethan again. He laid out his theory that Ethan might have orchestrated the attack to intimidate him. Ethan's reaction was a mix of feigned innocence and barely concealed irritation. He denied any involvement, but Alex could see the cracks in his facade. Ethan's calm demeanor was starting to fray, revealing a deeper anxiety that Alex found troubling. Alex's investigation took a new turn when he discovered that the local police chief, a trusted figure in the town, had been unusually close to Ethan. The chief's reluctance to fully investigate the assault seemed suspicious. Alex began to wonder if there was a broader conspiracy at play, one that involved not just Ethan and Lily, but possibly other influential figures in Westbrook. Meanwhile, Lily's behavior remained erratic. Her attempts to avoid Alex and her increasingly paranoid actions led him to believe that she was hiding something crucial. He decided to stake out her house, hoping to catch her in the act of something suspicious. One night, while observing from a distance, Alex saw Lily leaving her home with a large bag. She drove to the abandoned house where Alex had previously seen her. Stealthily, Alex followed her. He managed to slip into the house undetected and hid behind a stack of crates. From his vantage point, he watched as Lily met with a shadowy figure in the dimly lit room. The conversation was hushed, but Alex could make out snippets of their exchange. Lily seemed to be negotiating something, her voice tinged with desperation. The figure handed her an envelope before leaving, disappearing into the night. Alex waited until Lily had left before examining the envelope. Inside, he found more photographs and documents, this time detailing interactions between various town officials and criminal elements from outside Westbrook. The documents included records of secret meetings and transactions that hinted at a much larger operation involving organized crime. Determined to confront Lily with this new evidence, Alex arranged another meeting. This time, he approached her with the photographs and documents, accusing her of being part of a conspiracy to cover up the town's dark past. Lily, visibly shaken, denied the accusations but struggled to maintain her composure. Her explanations were disjointed, and Alex could see the cracks in her story. Desperate to clear her name, Lily revealed that Ethan had manipulated her. She claimed that Ethan had been behind the plan to discredit her and divert attention from his own involvement in the town's darker dealings. According to Lily, Ethan had used her as a scapegoat to deflect suspicion from himself. Feeling conflicted, Alex realized that Lily's claims were plausible. Ethan's behavior and the recent attack pointed to a complex scheme where multiple parties were involved. With this new perspective, Alex decided to set up a confrontation between Ethan and Lily. He hoped that bringing them face to face would force the truth out into the open. As the day of the confrontation approached, Alex prepared for the possibility that neither Ethan nor Lily was entirely truthful. The stakes were high, and the danger was palpable. Westbrook's secrets were closing in on him, and he had to navigate the treacherous waters of betrayal and deceit to uncover the truth. The tangled web of lies, combined with the ever-present threat of danger, left Alex on edge. The confrontation promised to be explosive, and the final pieces of the puzzle were about to fall into place. With the truth hanging in the balance, Alex braced himself for the ultimate revelation that could either vindicate him or lead him deeper into Westbrook's shadowy past. The day of the confrontation between Ethan and Lily arrived, and the atmosphere in Westbrook was charged with anticipation. Alex had arranged for the meeting to take place at the abandoned house, a setting that had become synonymous with the town's hidden secrets. He hoped that this final confrontation would force both parties to reveal the truth and bring closure to the investigation. As the evening shadows lengthened, Alex arrived early at the old house to set up surveillance equipment. He wanted to ensure that everything was documented in case things went awry. The house, now illuminated by flickering lanterns and a single overhead light, seemed to hold its breath in the encroaching darkness. Alex prepared for the worst, knowing that the stakes were high and the outcome uncertain. Lily arrived first, her face a mixture of anxiety and determination. She was dressed in a simple coat, clutching a small bag that held the documents and photographs Alex had discovered earlier. Alex observed her from his vantage point, noting how she paced nervously, occasionally glancing at the entrance as if expecting Ethan's arrival with dread. A short while later, Ethan arrived, his demeanor as polished and confident as ever. His composed exterior contrasted sharply with the tension in the air. Ethan entered the house, his eyes scanning the dimly lit room. He was dressed in a sharp suit, a stark reminder of his affluence and power. The moment he saw Lily, his face darkened with barely concealed hostility. "Lily," Ethan greeted her coldly, "I see you've decided to face me after all." Lily's reply was strained. "I didn't have much of a choice, Ethan. Alex has been digging up everything you've worked so hard to bury." Alex stepped into the room, making his presence known. "It's time to settle this. I want to hear the truth from both of you, without any more lies or half-truths." Ethan's eyes narrowed. "And what makes you think you can force the truth out of us, detective? You're in over your head." Alex remained calm. "I have evidence that links you to the town's dark secrets. I know you've been manipulating Lily and others to cover your tracks. Now, it's time for you to come clean." Ethan laughed bitterly. "You think you've uncovered everything? You're just scratching the surface. Lily's been a part of this from the beginning, and she's been hiding her own agenda." Lily's eyes flashed with anger. "That's a lie, Ethan. You're the one who's been orchestrating everything. I was only trying to protect myself from your schemes." The confrontation escalated as both Ethan and Lily aired their grievances. Ethan accused Lily of betrayal and incompetence, while Lily accused Ethan of corruption and deceit. Their heated exchange revealed deep-seated animosities and personal grudges. The tension between them was palpable, and Alex knew that this was more than just a clash of egos, it was a battle for control over the town's hidden past. As the argument reached its peak, Alex intervened, demanding that they focus on the evidence. He laid out the photographs and documents he had gathered, pointing to connections between Ethan and organized crime groups. The documents revealed Ethan's financial transactions and secret meetings, providing a damning indictment of his involvement in illicit activities. Ethan's facade began to crack. Faced with irrefutable evidence, he attempted to justify his actions. "I did what I had to do to protect this town. There were threats I couldn't ignore. Lily was just a pawn in a larger game." Lily's face was a mask of determination. "No more excuses, Ethan. The people of Westbrook deserve to know the truth. Your actions have caused so much pain, and it's time for you to face the consequences." The confrontation culminated with Ethan's arrest. The weight of the evidence and his own admission sealed his fate. As he was led away in handcuffs, Ethan's eyes met Alex's with a mix of defiance and resignation. His downfall was the result of his own manipulations and the unraveling of his carefully constructed facade. With Ethan's arrest, Lily's role as an accomplice was exposed, but her cooperation with the investigation and her revelations about Ethan's schemes earned her a degree of leniency. She agreed to testify against Ethan and assist in uncovering the full extent of his operations. The town of Westbrook began the long process of healing from the revelations. The once hidden secrets were brought to light, and the community faced the challenge of coming to terms with the truth. Alex's investigation had exposed the corruption and deceit that had tainted the town, but it also revealed the resilience of its people. As Alex prepared to leave Westbrook, he reflected on the journey. The investigation had been fraught with danger and deception, but it had ultimately led to justice. The town's peaceful facade had been shattered, but the truth had prevailed. Alex left Westbrook knowing that his work had made a difference, even if it had come at a high personal cost. Westbrook would never be the same, but its future was now in the hands of those who were committed to rebuilding and moving forward. Alex's work was done, but the lessons learned and the scars left behind would remain a testament to the shadowy past that had been exposed.